Just on terrorism and this deadly threat of Islamist terrorism, and let me show you a couple more examples of how our political class is dealing with this. Every one of our federal MPs has had a chance to speak on the condolence motion for the Bondi victims in federal parliament and to share their thoughts on this atrocity. Have a listen to the mindless and shameless moral equivalence of the Greens Senator Nick McKim, who diminished the lives of these terror attack victims by trying to work in all of his other pet causes.
But Jewish Australians won't be safe from the scourge of anti-Semitism until Muslim Australians are safe from the scourge of Islamophobia. And neither will be safe until all Australians are safe from racism and from religious intolerance. Until we reckon with intolerance and discrimination based on any attributes. And until we reckon with the brutality and the underlying violence of the colonisation of this continent based on the lie of terra nullius.
Terra nullius. Now, on one level, these comments just show us how unintelligent and unwise McKim is. They're a testament to stupidity that perhaps we should ignore. But some people take this sort of nonsense seriously, and it's got to be called out because it's dangerous. Instead of helping to combat anti-Semitism, it fuels it by diminishing the problem, by seeking to equate it to other issues where people are not killed, where threats are not constant, where hatred is not ventilated. McKim is not fit to sit in our national parliament, but there he is. On the other hand, former SAS officer Andrew Hastie had the courage and clarity to focus on the hateful ideology that took 15 lives and that remains the greatest security threat on our shores, and which is anathema to all that we stand for in Western liberal democracies.
We now have people living in Australia who do not share our values, who despise our way of life, and they will use violence to make the point, as the father-son homegrown terror cell at Bondi Beach have shown us. Militant Islam is a cancer that must be cut from our communities before it kills more of us. So we must talk about immigration and citizenship and the kind of country we want Australia to become. To avoid this hard reality is to ignore the darker truth at the heart of the Bondi terror attacks.
Yeah, Hastie knows who the enemy is and he knows what's at stake. Where Albanese is confused and weak, Hastie is certain and strong. The PM should ask Hastie for some advice.